GM fan. We are live with your host Phil X Contreras, where we're gonna talk about NFTs, the value, the drama, and the vibes. I'm all about the drama, but there's no drama today. Sadly, there's no drama on Twitter today. I was hoping for that so much, but we had some Claynosaurz minting. It was crazy. We have some Bitcoin Ordinals going through their phase right now, and let's just go through everything that's happening. All right, so let's go through the market. We have right here Crypto Slam. We have a bunch of NFTs right here from Ethereum, Solana, and eventually Bitcoin as it's coming up. We have Bored Ape Yacht Club back at it in number one spot. They kind of lost that spot with the Nakamingos, and now we have Azuki in third. Kind of took over Mew and Ape Yacht Club from yesterday and the day before, and we have OXBT, which surprisingly took place as number one for a little bit. That was quite nuts. And then we have Degods, as usual, always on the top on Solana and Ethereum now. So overall, these are basically the NFTs that have been heavily on the top floor. You have Pudgy Penguins always there. Bitcoin Frogs has been the most surprising one. They've just been holding it down. There's a community behind this one. This one just seems very Bitcoinist as far as like community. Like these guys aren't like a derivative or an extension. They're just like a homemade basically cookie on Bitcoin, and I guess that's why it made them relevant, because they feel original. So that is one that I really like to watch is the Bitcoin Frogs. Now let's get on to the news right now. We have the Fracture. They already announced that they have the Block Gods coming in, exclusive collection of 350 manually curated gods going into the Bitcoin block. We have here June 6th, and there's already a couple of retweets happening here. And these guys are basically a Solana project that grew big in 2021. I think at the end of 2021, had this little phase in the beginning of 2022, and then it kind of just gradually just fell into the between the Solana world. Wasn't very big towards the end of 2022, but they're throwing it down right now. They're extending their community, and let's see how they do there. We have here overall just Bitcoin on what's happening in the popular collections, and as you can see, a lot of Solana projects are extending, like we just saw with the Fracture. We have the Satoshi Monkey business on Bitcoin from the Solana Monkey business, although I don't know if that's actually a true fact that's actually coming from that team. Hopefully someone can confirm that. We have ABC community also getting into Bitcoin. They're warping on that area. We had the Gods with their 500, the Gods going into Bitcoin. It's just happening over and over again, and we can see why, because Bitcoin is taking a huge realm in the NFT world this month. They have thrown down their name with their Ordinals, and what I mentioned before, Bitcoin Frogs, they're at number one right now. Their floor price is 0.09 Bitcoin. And then we have Dodge Punks, Bitcoin Development Monkey, Bit Bunnies. We have Ordinals, and then we have the BTs, the Gods. This one is a real deal. Floor is 1 Bitcoin, which the last time I seen them was basically like at 0.5. So they've already 2x'd. We also have all these other projects that I don't think is as relevant as what you see here as the Bitcoin Frogs or the BTC, the Gods. And we are seeing more projects coming in to basically try to hold up into this world of Bitcoin. We also have some news on Solana. Coral Cube has basically announced that they will be shutting down Coral Cube, and they said this quarter, this Friday is that's going to be shut down as well. And then they're going to be focused, basically, I will say Magic Eden. Now, if you have an AMM pool on Coral Cube, you'll be able to log in, manage it on Magic Eden. So Magic Eden is basically taking over this whole AMM phase. They're building on Bitcoin right now. They've definitely got a gold mine in Bitcoin. They're the number one marketplace for Bitcoin. They started off in Solana. They went into Ethereum. You have Polygon, now Bitcoin. Now, when they went in Polygon, that was like a little bit of a risk here and there. Then they went Ethereum, a little bit of a risk too, because you had OpenSea competition. I did not see them really taking over Bitcoin, but they finally hit the jackpot. I think Bitcoin is definitely their basically main gem. A lot of people are trading on Magic Eden if they're using Bitcoin for Bitcoin. So overall, this is basically they just want to combine Coral Cube and Magic Eden as one. From what I'm seeing here, it's just going to be all one platform, and it's kind of it's also kind of sad because and not on Magic Eden's end, but the competition side, we had so many things going on in the past, so many different type of markets, and then now it's just all kind of like going smaller and smaller and smaller, and that's how competition is. We had the auto manufacturing competition in the 1930s, 40s, with Ford and all these auto companies, like hundreds of them, and now we come into a small minority group of auto companies. So that's just what happens. Winner takes the cake. So right now, that's what we're seeing with Magic Eden. They're definitely holding it down. And we have also Claynosaurz news. They've officially finally got their mint going on. You had the Saga phone. Whoever had the Saga phone were able to mint Claynosaurz if they were basically a part of it in some way or some manner. And you have a lot of people that were excited about this. Minted my new Clayno, and look at this little bad boy. I mean, he just looks adorable. Just love it. And we have more people as well throwing it down. Say hello to my little friend. The community has expanded on Claynosaurz. And these are new people getting into Claynosaurz. These aren't the original people like myself and others, with the original 10,000. What Claynosaurz is doing right now is they're just expanding the community. So this is it right here. They're at 48 Solana floor price. And I didn't expect it to be at this level right now at 48, which is also insane because this one guy basically just says it all. He said, bought a Solana mobile, and after all cards and perks, the price was 650-ish. Minted a zero layer Claynosaur, which I sold for 69.69 sold. 1,500. I effectively made $850 buying my Saga. I'm gonna try to snipe a cheaper Claynosaur with positive cash flow. I mean, things like that. It's just like these guys are just they're getting these Claynos and they basically just paid for their phone in some way. So that is the one thing I like about Claynosaurz is that they definitely have a strong IP. These guys have different collections, but they're still holding on into their floor price, which is pretty cool to observe because they expanded the collection a lot. But it's Claynosaurz, and the main thing like, for me, it's not about the floor price, even though we are talking about it right now. It's about what they're doing, which is this animation studio. This is going to be one of the coolest things if it succeeds. If this thing succeeds, it's definitely going to bring out NFTs into a different perspective to the world. So I'm rooting for these guys, and I'm hoping they can really show what this is all about. IP, media, Web3, decentralized community, which is the big one, and how community can be involved in the project. All of it combined into what makes Web3 beautiful. This is what I really want to see from Claynos, and I hope they can really deliver this in 5 years. And it's gonna really just show people what this is all really about. So cool stuff about them, and then we'll see what they do. And then in the future, in the next future, maybe in the next 3 months, 4 months, who knows? All right, so Polygon has fell down to 11th place a couple of hours ago. Solana pretty much just like took over from them. It's been a while. Polygon had a lead on this whole blockchain race, but then again, Polygon just took this place back. So they're just going back and forth. Polygon and Solana, they're like cousins here and there. But it's interesting to just watch how Solana just went back and took over. Just 3 months ago, everyone was thinking Polygon, that was it. Polygon took over. They were like in 5th place as far as market cap. And here we are where, Solana has came back, which is quite hilarious. But now let's talk about this project called Ordillas. Ordillas is a project that is, it's on Bitcoin, and for some reason this one is it's funny and interesting at the same time. And I don't know why it's not showing the actual thing, but here they basically show their art, their PFP art. It's quite goofy, it's quite funny. These guys, like, they kind of made this whole PFP into like a I would say a mixture of a Pepe and a monkey, from my good friend Zircon, what he said. And these guys are, they're, for some reason, they're getting hype. I don't know what it is, but they're getting hype around themselves. I do think it's just a flip hype. If the flip happens, maybe people are gonna sell out from this. I'm just curious to see how this does. I would, if I do have a whitelist one, I'll probably, flip it. But I don't see much about this project, but definitely has a lot of hype. Definitely has a lot of hype around it. And we'll see if this is the one project that will take over the Bitcoin frogs. This is definitely some hardcore competition, because Bitcoin frogs has a strong community. I can tell you that. So well, that's one to watch. Bitcoin or Dia. See if they really build out this community, if they really are all about Bitcoin and develop on Bitcoin. So we'll find out soon enough on these Ordillas and what they're doing. So definitely a close watch here on what's going to happen. All right, so Degods has just sold out another NFT to someone for $55,000. This is just insane money. 29 ETH. That is $55,000 from Degenerate News. Degods 2165, and this one has this shiny armor, the cool looking dude with this head, Greek look, the eyes, the famous eyes, the cool palette in the background. $55,000. So you tell me, is this worth $55,000? Well, here we go. It happened. So um let me know in the comments if you would buy this for $55,000. But this is insane. This is just cool art overall. But uh let's get on to what's going on in Solana right now. So I'm gonna bring up the Tensor, the famous Tensor, and I just love Tensor and what they're doing. And oh, hopefully I can actually get there with my mouse. My mouse is kind of lost. But while I'm getting to my actual Tensor, I'll talk a little bit. So ABC, they definitely just moved to Bitcoin, and man, hopefully I can move this thing. Help! Oh, here we go. I finally moved it. All right, here we go. Boom. So right here we have Tensor, we have ABC. They had a little jump in their floor price, and the reason is because they're warping to Bitcoin, as they said. The whole warp is around Bitcoin, and we're just gonna bring out the profile here. Are you ready for the warp? The hashtag the warp. These guys are all preparing for that move, and they believe in Bitcoin. So I'm just curious to see how this plays out. I'm probably going to be warping with them and join the Bitcoin community. But the hype has died down just a little bit. So this looks like it's going to be holding around this price. We also have Ooze and Mates that kind of just like, had its pure move. They recently announced that they were moving to Ethereum from Solana. And these guys, I talked about them a long time ago, because their IP is just based on Line Friends, which is a huge like Disney in Asia. And people started noticing that once this thing started moving to Ethereum. It's just had a little move up, but it came back down a little bit. But we'll see how they do in Ethereum. That was the last thing that they basically talked about. Uh, Liberty Square always holding it down around 8 to 11 Solana, and they did have a little jump up to around 12 Solana, and they've been kind of just steadily holding it here for a while. So they're just another project on Solana. They've done a couple of things here and there. This latest one under Unreal, that there are still so many new straight to zero tokens dropping each week. Their hashtag is get rigged. Bunch of squirrels, crazy squirrels. And the guy behind this is from My Chemical Romance. He was like the manager or something around there. Obviously, we have Claynosaurz right here at Pizzas at 28. We have Mad Lads, which is a crazy project. Not, I mean, not a project. It's art. Art. I gotta get that right. So they went from 50 all the way to 90. What Armani said is they're gonna do something crazy on actual like crypto as far as like some crazy development. I don't know what it's gonna be, but it's Armani. Who knows what's gonna build out this summer? But this is definitely one project that I wish I'm in. I definitely want to get into this one day, but will I have a chance? We'll definitely see. I'm waiting for all the hype to die down so I can just get in. Nekozuma was a crazy one. This one is built by Jet and his team. I mean, these guys are from Asia. Jet is definitely someone that's been building out here. He's got his Thunder Studios, and he lives in, I think, Thailand from what it looks like. And these guys just have this amazing community. And they had recently popped, and you can see right here, just went all the way up to 4.9 from 1.9. Definitely a crazy move there. Chads, we talked to them for a little bit. Some cool dudes. They had their ups and downs every so often, but this community is pretty hardcore. I could tell you that. So just a couple projects here and there that have been moving up. There's definitely a lot of greens. I could tell you that on this world. Oogies is still right now around 15 Solana, 17 Solana. They just came into Solana. They definitely have this brandish look, and they're slowly building out their brand. They just started staking, or I could say harvesting, and it's just gonna take some time till they come out with what they're doing next. So we'll find out at some point on what they're gonna do, and we'll definitely find out. So my screen is quite blurry right now. All right, Taiyo Pilots. This is an interesting one because this is Soulport Tom. They're down at 7, which is crazy because Soulport Tom is a huge builder. This is Taiyo Pilots, like they're his main baby, I think, secretly. Even though Taiyo Robotics is like his first project, first art that he actually debugged but didn't actually build. But Taiyo Pilots is definitely on the low right now. We haven't heard much about what they're gonna do next, but I think this is one that I do want to one day just be a part of that community, and it'll probably be through Taiyo Pilots. So a couple of just projects here and there. On the down low, we have Cosmic Apes, we have the Heist, finally going down to 11. We have Luna 0.51. Community just got destroyed. Experiment still like 0.76, and Smith's down at 61. So yeah, there's more green than red in my personal look on Solana and what I enjoy to see. But overall, that's basically like what's happening right now. So, and some crazy interesting stuff in Solana. Definitely a lot of things going on in Bitcoin. Most of the Solana degens are in Bitcoin. They really aren't in Solana right now. So you have all these Bitcoin projects happening, Ordinals, and then BRC tokens. So we'll see how that plays out. GM Zircon, what's up, man? So overall, much love. Make sure you subscribe. You hit that like button. It keeps me going on these live videos every so often. And I go live. I try to go live every week. There's not much Solana news as there used to be. Or like I used to like do it like every day. So, but we are in a bear market right now. So I try to go as much as I can. But overall, hit that like button. Comment below anything you want me to talk about next week. I'll definitely try to do some more live videos. And much love and peace. Bye. Bam.